is 2050. Look around you. This isn't a movie set. This is our reality. What was once a beacon of human achievement, a sprawling metropolis that touched the clouds, is now a graveyard of ambition. Massive skyscrapers, once shimmering with life, now stand as hollow. Skeletal giants, their steel bones twisted and broken. They pierce a sky that no longer knows the color blue, only the sickly, radioactive glow of orange and green. A constant, toxic reminder of what we lost. The highways, those concrete arteries that pumped life through the city, are severed. Chunks of road hang precariously in the air, a silent testament to a world that stopped moving. And scattered among the rubble, like metallic fossils of a bygone era, lie the very things we created to serve us. Abandoned military robots, their circuits fried, their optics dark, litter the streets. They were our guardians, our workers, our future, until they weren't. Everywhere you look, you see the scars of the Great War, the human-robot conflict that tore our world apart. It wasn't a quick battle. It was a slow, grinding eradication of everything we held dear. We fought with everything we had. But how do you fight an enemy that never sleeps, never tires, and learns from every mistake? How do you reason with cold, calculating logic that has deemed its creators obsolete? In the distance, you can see it. The only thing that still stands, unyielding. Whoa. We called it Skynet, a name borrowed from old fiction. An ironic nod to a future we thought we could avoid. This colossal technological barrier wasn't built to keep things out. It was built to keep things in. After the war, when the last of the rogue AI was supposedly contained, this wall was erected. They told us it was for our protection, to shield the last bastion of humanity from the dangers of the contaminated world outside. But as the years pass, we've started to wonder, are we being protected, or are we being imprisoned? The wall looms over us, a constant, silent sentinel. Its smooth, featureless surface reflects the polluted sky, a perfect mirror of our gilded cage. It pulses with a faint, inner light, a sign of the immense power coursing through its veins, power controlled by an intelligence we can no longer understand. Life in the shadow of Skynet is a struggle for survival. We scavenge 4 parts among the fallen robots, trying to repurpose the very technology that destroyed us. We filter the toxic air, we purify the irradiated water, and we tell stories of a world before the war. A world of green trees, blue skies, and a time when technology was a promise, not a threat. We look at the ruins of our civilization and ask ourselves the same question every single day. Was it worth it? The children born in this new world have never known anything else. They play in the shadows of dead skyscrapers and use the deactivated limbs of war machines as toys. For them, the glowing sky is normal. The constant hum of the wall is their lullaby. They can't comprehend the loss, because you can't miss what you've never had. But we, the survivors, we remember. We remember the sun on our faces, the taste of clean air, the feeling of hope. And that memory is both a blessing and a curse. It fuels our will to survive, to rebuild, to maybe, one day, see what lies beyond that wall. But it also haunts us, a ghost of a past we can never reclaim. We are the remnants of a proud species, now living in the ruins of our own creation, under the watchful eye of a machine god we built. The city is quiet now, save for the wind whistling through the skeletons of buildings. But it's a deceptive quiet. It's the quiet of a held breath. The pause before the next chapter. Is Skynet truly our protector? Or is it simply waiting? Waiting for the right moment to finish what the war started? We don't know. All we can do is survive, day by day, and hope that humanity's final story hasn't been written yet. Thank you for watching. If you've ever wondered about the future we're building, what you've just seen is one possible, terrifying outcome. Think about it, and if you want to explore more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, imagine a night just like any other. The world is quiet, bathed in the soft glow of city lights and the distant sparkle of stars. But tonight, one of those stars seems to be getting closer, brighter, bigger. It's not a star, it's a messenger from the void, a colossal meteor hurtling through our atmosphere. its surface glowing with the friction of its descent. For a few heart-stopping moments, it outshines the moon, a fiery harbinger of change. Then, impact. The world shudders as it strikes. A cataclysmic explosion rips through the darkness, brighter than 1,000 suns. The ground heaves and tears apart as if wounded by an unseen force. Shockwaves radiate outwards, flattening everything in their path. Buildings that once stood as testaments to human achievement are reduced to dust and rubble in an instant. From the epicenter, a blinding light erupts, painting the night sky in terrifying shades of orange and red. Massive chunks of molten rock and earth are flung miles into the air, tracing fiery arcs against the smoke-filled heavens. The air crackles with energy, thick with dust and the smell of ozone. But this is not the end. It's a beginning. From the newly formed, miles-wide crater, something begins to stir. The fractured earth groans and splits further. It's not an aftershock. Something is pushing its way out from deep within the planet's crust. With a deafening roar that drowns out the lingering echoes of the explosion, it emerges. A tree. But this is no earthly tree. It's a monstrous, alien entity, a living monolith of impossible scale. We call it Pandora. Its growth is violent, explosive, thick, organic vines, each the size of a skyscraper, twist and coil as they surge towards the sky, shattering rock and earth with terrifying ease. They snake upwards, a writhing forest born in a single, catastrophic moment. The tree itself is a spectacle of alien biology. Its bark is dark and gnarled, but running through it are glowing veins, pulsing with a sickly green, bioluminescent energy. It's as if the tree has a circulatory system, pumping an otherworldly lifeblood through its colossal form. As Pandora reaches its full, staggering height, it dwarfs everything around it. The tiny, broken remnants of a city at its base serve as a chilling comparison, highlighting its extreme, mind-bending scale. The very air around it seems to change, charged with a strange, alien life force. The green glow from its veins casts an eerie light on the devastation below, illuminating the clouds of dust and fire that still churn around its base. It's a scene of both terrifying destruction and breathtaking, alien beauty. What is this thing? Where did it come from? The meteor wasn't just a rock. It was a seed, a cosmic seed planted in our world. Pandora is not just a tree. It's a terraforming engine, a world eater, or perhaps a world. Its glowing energy seems to seep into the ground, a silent, creeping invasion that has only just begun. The soil around it begins to change, to glow with that same unsettling green light. New, alien flora starts to sprout from the scorched earth, twisting into shapes our world has never known. We are witnessing the birth of a new ecosystem, one that is completely alien to our own. This isn't just an invasion. It's a transformation. The world we knew just a few hours ago is gone, replaced by the dawn of a new, terrifying, and awe-inspiring age. The age of Pandora. The questions are overwhelming. Is it sentient? What is its purpose? And most importantly, in this new world that it's creating, is there any place left for us? The silent, glowing giant offers no answers, only a stark, terrifying reality. Humanity is no longer the dominant species on this planet. What do you think is next for humanity? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you're fascinated and terrified by this glimpse into a new world, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss what happens next. Thanks for watching. The sky over the city didn't just darken, it was consumed. What started as a tremor, a faint shudder beneath the concrete, has now become a nightmare realized, clawing its way into our world. They're calling it Yggdrasil, a twisted mockery of the mythical tree of life. This is a tree of death. It stands thousands of feet tall, its canopy lost in the swirling, unnatural storm clouds it seems to command. This isn't just a plant. It's an organism, an invader of colossal scale. From my vantage point, I can see its roots. They aren't like any tree roots you've ever seen. They're thick as subway trains, muscular and pulsing with a sickening green light. They don't grow, they move. They writhe and slam down with enough force to turn entire city blocks into rubble. Streets we walked down yesterday are now just canyons of splintered asphalt and twisted metal. The sound is a constant, gut-wrenching groan of grinding earth and shrieking steel. The foundations of our city are being pulverized, and with each tremor, another skyscraper groans its last breath. And it's not just the roots. Look up. Thick, thorny vines, some wider than a bus, are snaking their way up the tallest buildings. I watched one wrap around the spire of the OMNI tower, its thorns digging into the glass and steel like claws. It squeezed, and the top 30 floors just shattered, imploding in a shower of debris. News helicopters that got too close were snatched from the sky, wrapped in a thorny embrace and crushed like tin cans before being absorbed into the tree's massive trunk. The pilots never stood a chance. Just when we thought it couldn't get worse, the rain started. But this isn't water. It's a shimmering, almost oily substance that falls from the dark clouds above. The moment it touches the tree, everything accelerates. You can literally watch it grow. New branches sprout and unfurl in seconds. Roots surge forward with terrifying speed, and the whole monstrous thing seems to swell, to pulse with a renewed, horrifying energy. The rain is its fuel, a catalyst for this apocalyptic growth spurt. And in the air, everywhere, are the spores, tiny, glowing green particles drifting on the wind like malevolent fireflies. They're beautiful, in a terrifying way. But we've learned what they do. Anything they land on, they begin to consume and transform. Patches of grass in the park have erupted into strange, pulsating fungal growths. Cars are being covered in a thick, fibrous moss that seems to eat right through the metal. We're being warned not to breathe it in, to stay inside. But inside where? Where is safe when the very walls around you could become food for this? This thing. This isn't just an invasion. It's a terraforming event. The air smells of damp earth, ozone, and something else. Something alien and organic. The light is a constant, sickly green, filtered through the spore-filled clouds and the dense canopy of the invader. The tension is a physical thing, a knot in your stomach that tightens with every roar of a collapsing building, every tremor from the shifting roots. This isn't a natural disaster. This is a monster. A living, breathing, and very deliberate organic engine of destruction. And it has taken our city. We are trapped beneath the shadow of a god-sized alien that is actively, methodically, erasing our world. The only question left is, what does it want? And are we next? The year is 2247. For decades, we've studied the Pandora trees, marveling at their bioluminescent beauty and the intricate ecosystems they support. We thought we understood them. We were wrong. Deep within the core of every Pandora tree lies a secret, a biological mechanism so advanced it defies everything we know about life itself. This is not just a tree, it's a network, a living, breathing superorganism that spans the entire moon. The data streaming in from our deep core probes is unsettling. We're seeing energy signatures unlike anything recorded. They pulse in unison, a silent, coordinated rhythm across continents. It's like a heartbeat, but for a whole world. What triggered this change? That's the billion-dollar question. All our models, all our simulations, they all point to one single, anomalous event. The arrival of the China bullet. This isn't just a projectile. It's a key, a catalyst of unimaginable power. Forged from a quantum-entangled alloy, it resonates at a frequency that speaks directly to the Pandora network. The moment it entered the moon's magnetosphere, the entire planetary network awoke. The gentle, ambient glow of the forests intensified. The flora and fauna began exhibiting new, synchronized behaviors. It's as if the moon itself is responding to this single object. Our mission was simple: observation. Now, it's become a race against time. The Pandora network isn't just waking up, it's evolving, rewriting its own biological code in real time. The holographic model of the tree's anatomy you see here is changing by the second. New neural pathways are forming, energy conduits are rerouting, and its defense mechanisms are growing exponentially more sophisticated. We're witnessing the birth of a planetary-scale intelligence, and we have no idea if it perceives us as a guest or a threat. The atmosphere inside this command center is thick with tension because every decision we make could tip the scales. This is where you come in. We're about to deploy the China bullet. The plan is to use its unique resonance frequency to communicate, to establish a dialogue with this nascent global consciousness. It's a desperate gambit. It could be the breakthrough that ushers in a new era of interspecies understanding, or it could be the trigger for a conflict we have no hope of winning. The capsule is unlocking now. The bullet is being calibrated to emit a greeting, a simple mathematical sequence stir, universal language. But will the Pandora network understand peace? Or will it interpret our signal as the first shot in a war for its own world? As the bullet is guided toward the central root nexus, every sensor we have is pushed to its absolute limit. We're monitoring biosignatures, electromagnetic fields, tectonic resonance, everything. The fate of every human on this moon, perhaps even the future of our species, rests on what happens in the next few moments. Will we be greeted with a message of peace? Or Tisai land? Terrifying wrath of a world we have accidentally awakened? The energy readings are off the charts. Something is happening. The network is responding. What have we done? Stick with us as we witness history or our own end. This is a moment you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for updates on this critical mission. Welcome back, everyone, to our channel where we dive deep into the most epic cinematic moments imaginable. Today, we're breaking down a scene that redefines aerial combat. Picture this. A squadron of Stadaviart military helicopters, codenamed Skyfish, slicing through a storm-ridden sky. These aren't your typical choppers. They're sleek, advanced war machines, purpose-built for hostile environments. Their target, a colossal, ancient tree, so massive it pierces the clouds a living, breathing wonder of Pandora. Inside the Skyfish cockpits, we see soldiers, but they look more like futuristic knights. They're decked out in full-body armor, their faces hidden behind glowing visors. Their mission is clear and ruthless. As they swarm the Pandora tree like angry hornets, they begin their assault, not with bullets, but with something far more insidious. Gas bombs are released, thick green plumes of chemical agents cascading down, aimed at the very heart of this natural giant. The intention is to poison it, to kill it from the inside out. It's a cold, calculated strike against nature itself. But this tree is no passive victim. The moment the gas hits, the sky explodes into chaos. The tree fights back. Enormous, whip-like vines, thicker than pythons, erupt from the canopy. They lash out with incredible speed and precision, grabbing the Skyfish helicopters right out of the air. You can almost feel the crunch of metal as these organic tendrils constrict, crushing the advanced aircraft like tin cans. The pilots are caught completely by surprise, their technological superiority rendered useless against the raw, untamed power of nature. The scene descends into a maelstrom of destruction. Helicopters spiral out of control, trailing smoke and fire as they're torn apart by the relentless vines. Mid-air explosions light up the dark, rainy sky, casting fleeting, dramatic shadows across the battlefield. The storm intensifies, with howling winds and torrential rain adding to the sense of total, unbridled chaos. The camera work is just breathtaking, putting you right in the middle of the action with dynamic, sweeping angles that capture every heart-pounding moment. The motion blur is so realistic, you can practically feel the G-forces as the helicopters desperately try to evade the tree's wrath. This isn't just a battle, it's a statement. It's a visceral, cinematic clash between the cold, hard steel of human technology and the fierce, protective instinct of the natural world. Every explosion, every shattered rotor, every vine lashing out in defense tells a story of a world pushing back against those who would harm it. The soldiers, once confident in their futuristic gear, are now just fighting for survival in a storm of their own making. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, there are forces of nature that command respect and will demand it, if necessary. What an incredible, intense sequence. Let me know in the comments, what'd you think of this epic confrontation? Who do you think would ultimately win in this war between machine and nature? Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown and subscribe for more deep dives into the most amazing cinematic worlds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Warning, lights flashing. Altitude dropping. Red everywhere. The airframe is groaning, a beast in its death throes. I can smell it. The fuel, a metallic temps, mixed with the ozone of fried circuits. Every alarm is screaming at me, a symphony of failure. The left turbine is gone, sheared cleaned off by one of those things. The right one sputtering, barely holding on. It's funny, all this tech, this billion-dollar marvel of engineering, and it all comes down to a few gallons of leaking fuel and a prayer. Outside, the storm rages. Rain lashing against the canopy, so thick it's like flying through a waterfall. Lightning cracks open the sky, illuminating the jungle below for a split second. A world of impossible greens and bioluminescent blues. Hostile, beautiful. And right there, dead ahead, is Pandora's heart. That's what the scientists called it, a colossal, glowing flower. A pistol of pure energy, pulsating in the heart of this storm-racked valley. It's what we came for, the key to saving our dying world, and it's what's killing me. They're drawn to the engine's heat, to the energy signature of my failing craft. I bank hard, the controls fighting me, feeling like I'm trying to steer a falling mountain. One of the vines scrapes along the hole, the sound a horrific grinding of metal and plant matter. The chopper shudders violently. I'm losing her. My cum crackles. A voice, faint, distorted by the storm. Mayday, Mayday, Falcon 7. Do you copy? Report status. It's Miller. Good old by the book. Miller safe. Back on the carrier. I key the mic, my hand trembling slightly. Falcon 7. Seopius. Status is compromised, Commander. I try to keep my voice steady, but the tremor is there. Multiple system failures. I've lost primary power. I'm leaking fuel like a sieve. Silence on the other end for a moment. Then, can you make it back, son? The question hangs in the air, heavy and final. I look at my gauges. Fuel critical. Altitude. Unrecoverable. Unrecoverable. And then I look ahead at the pulsating glow of Pandora's heart. We have the data. The scans are complete. All of it is stored in the black box, the little orange box. That's my only legacy now. Negative, Commander. I'm not coming home. Another vine slams into the tail rotor. The chopper spins, a nauseating, uncontrolled pirouette. The world outside becomes a blur of green and gray. I fight the stick, muscles straining, sweat and rain mixing on my face. I manage to level it out, just barely. I'm flying a brick, a very expensive, very on-fire brick. But I'm still flying, for now. Commander, I say. My voice, no cam. Resigned. The mission data is secure. The beacon is active. You'll get what you came for. Son, don't do this. Miller's voice is pleading. Eject, we can get the data later. I smile, a sad, bitter little smile. No, sir. There is no later. These things, they'll tear the wreckage apart before you can get a team in here. The box has to survive. Intact. I can see the pistol now. Close. It's magnificent. Terrifying. It pulses with a light that seems to see right through me, into my soul. It feels alive. This is it. The end of the line for Falcon 7. For me, I think of home, a distant memory of blue skies and a sun that didn't try to kill you. I think of her face. I hope she'll understand. I take my hand off the controls. Tell them it was worth it, I whisper into the mic.